Like back in the 90s when a lot of like Bay Area rappers coming up had like these kind of weird flows, like even like Mac Dre, like E40 especially, you know, you could tell like he has kind of a...
That lag?
Not,
that kind
oh yeah, kind of like a lag, but like, I don't know.
Why me?
Why me?
No, but... I feel like Bay Area has always had just like a ton of different people doing their own thing, like a lot of different subgenres, like especially within like hip hop, right? Like, you know, even like the late 80s and 90s, like, you know, conscious rap was always huge in the Bay. But in addition to that, you know, you got the whole hyphy movement from the late 90s and 2000s, and people are still like, you know, carrying that on. You know, HBK is still doing the ratchet stuff. A lot of like, and a lot of like the Thizzler artists, right? Like
Thizzler.
yeah,
oh
like Lil Yee, you know, Lil Blood, all those dudes are doing more like
Jay Stalin's still
yeah,
fucking
Jay
shit
Stalin's
up.
still coming
Jay
up.
Stalin's still going.
SOB is dope too, because SOB is bringing back like
They're both from Vallejo actually too, right?
SOB oh yeah, Neff is from Vallejo. Yeah.
For a minute I was about to categorize them different, but they're from the same kind of area.
Yeah, Neff has an interesting mixture too, because if you listen to his albums, you know, he definitely has a lot of the like kind of like hyphy influence, like more ratchet, you know, turn up beats songs, but he also has like some like conscious tracks on there. He's talking about his life. He's talking about, you know, like social inequalities and all that stuff. So he has an interesting mix.
I definitely put him up there as like one of the best like Bay, like the best performer, not just like artist, but like performer wise live, he's lit. Like he be moving like nothing. He don't even swear.
A lot of good art is made, especially in times where there's like social instability and stuff that is, you know, not happening the way that ideally it should be. And with a lot of tech coming in, I know like the problem of like, you know, gentrification and a lot of people losing their homes and having to face kind of tougher challenges and just living day by day have kind of been going on. But I think at the same time, like that, it creates these experiences that inspires a lot of art, you know, like because there's a lot of people who can now relate to, you know, this kind of struggle. So when people are out there, you know, making songs about it or actually making paintings about it, because the Bay Area also has a popping, you know, art community, there's like a certain level of, I guess, pain and a certain level of I don't know, real reality in it that people can kind of feel, just because that stuff's coming from the heart. I don't know if that made any sense.
You went deep with that. I wasn't even thinking about that, but it did tie back into the thing. I mean,
The problem that Charles was talking about, I think it would kind of squeeze creativity out of people as a way of just dealing with things. Just like art always does.
yeah. Made me feel like a piece of shit. I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say, like, motherfuckers, like, tech companies can use that to their advantage, though, to, like, kind of, like, get on our good side, like, in the Bay, or, like, either way, like, people love music or, like, art, and if you kind of tie that into your business and your technology, that just makes it even better.
Oh, yeah,
like,
from their perspective.
Yeah, like, Apple already does that with, like, they use, like, contemporary dancers and shit for their, like, fucking phone release.
Yo, I mean, kind of, but at the same time, I'm not mad. Like DJ Mustard, he makes slaps. Like even though, you know, it's like the HBK sound.
You for saying that though, from the SoCal.
Yo.
Yeah, no, they'll be like, nah, I mean, I guess if you think that.
That's nice.
Nah, they don't think the cowbell is us. Like they don't think that's us.
Like back in like 2013, everyone was taking the bass sound. Like Drake was doing it. Wiz Khalifa did with what was it, Cabin Fever 2.
Oh yeah,
he put on like
a whole bunch of cowbells.
He put on Sue and Problem on his mixtape, and then like just never worked with them again after that.
Yeah. Do you remember Roach Gigs?
I don't remember Roach Gigs?
You remember Roach Gigs? He was raw as fuck,
damn.
bro. He was manny. I liked him. He was
manny. Yo, that's some shit that people don't say out of NorCal either.
Oh no, yeah, manny is like that shit is dope. Yeah, I really should explain that.